probably do have unresolved trauma somewhere in there.
Thank God my addiction takes care of everything else. I was more worried about spilling my soda than pulling away from it.
What's up, everybody?
Addiction.
Yes, there's probably help services and phone numbers you can call.
Yeah, 1-900-666-CUMM. Call that number. I don't even know if that number's still up. I remember seeing it on Skinemax back in the late 90s. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Skinemax, late 90s.
Was it the wavy screens?
No.
What's that number?
No, it was legit. Well, the best part about having my parents the way they were.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
At least a solid 8 to 10 hours of complete inebriated blackness. And you could literally do it for them.
Oh, for them.
And you could do whichever one was around at the time. That was late 90s. They were divorced already.
Jeez.
So, yeah. I mean, I learned how to steal cable when I was 12. Not something to be proud of.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a flex.
But.
You're probably cool for, like, all your friends.
What friends?
Yeah, as I said that, I'm like, I already know what the retort of that's going to be.
I had some friends. My kid brother had more friends.
Friends?
And they would come over. They would come over and...
Just be nice
business
to him.
partners, okay?
Rub up against them or something. He'll enjoy that. There's Charlie in the corner.
No, but, yeah, they had to watch something.
You?
No, they did.
Oh. No, I mean, they had to watch you.
No.
Oh, God. We don't have TV, but I got my older brother here.
My brother had to have friends, and cable was cool. So if my brother had cable, he was cool.
Oh. What was your excuse then?
Drugs. Drugs made me cool.
Oh.
Have them. Always having them. Thanks, big sis. Second big sis. First big sis is a Bible thumber now.
Is she?
Oh, yeah.
Where's that? Wait, those are the ones that moved to Texas?
Yeah, Texas.
All right. Really? Isn't that the one?
Hold on, where are we? That's east.
Texas is that way.
That's east.
Roughly.
No. Oh, yeah. North, south, east, west. Texas is that way. Because east is that way. North, south, east, west. Yeah, Texas is towards the 4-string bass.
Oh, geez, there's another one.
I didn't read it. You know what?
I didn't either.
Don't worry about it. I'll just look at it online because I'm sure.
I'm getting updates. Getting updates from news articles. So what's the brain teaser this time? Oh, it's a video. There we go.
I don't know why I'm kind of confused right now. It's a Facebook video. Yeah, it's that.
Why?
I don't know. I was going to clear my notifications, and it was just one of the videos that... I don't fucking know.
What did you guys subscribe to?
I don't subscribe to anything.
Why don't you tell everybody what you're watching right now?
It's a breastfeeding video. Actually, it's a breast pump video.
What?
I don't breastfeed. I'm not going to lie. Breast milk tastes good. No,
Are you
fuck
still watching?
Yes, I don't know why. No,
you're all flustered.
this is the one I got. This is the last update I have of his.
Jeez. Oh, no. That was a while ago.
I'll say, what's the one he just posted now? 13 hours ago, yeah.
Oh.
What's it say?
This is what I have to give out when MAGA be supporting some bullshit.
A lot of fucking.
Fucks to give. But wouldn't that... Never mind. Anyway.
Wouldn't that mean he gives a fuck about what they're saying?
Yeah. I just... I just leave that stuff alone. I'm like, oh God, that's a jar full of them.
The problem is, like, to the normal person, it's, wait a minute. That means you care about what they're saying.
Yeah,
But you promote not caring about what they're saying.
sure. It's almost like he's saying one thing, meaning it this way, but it means this.
Okay. All right. I got you. Want to make sure. I haven't done drugs in a long ass time. Want to make sure I am not tripping.
It's just, it's the opposite. Everything's
Opposite day.
It is opposite.
Which technically
it is opposite of everything.
What is the opposite of opposite?
The opposite of opposite would be something congruent.
So not opposite, correct?
Right.
So on opposite day, what are you supposed to do?
The right thing.
Not the opposite.
Right.
Because, fuck you, SpongeBob. God.
Well, was that something that had been in your mind for like decades now? You're like, it's not right. What they're doing is not right.
No. It's been one of those thoughts where it's like, you know what? I've never had the moment to actually verbalize it, and then that shit happened. What I have to give, what I give for the MAGA guys, because they're spouting bullshit. That's the opposite of
Spouting bullshit. Like Renee Good being a privileged white woman who thought she was above the law. And then, shit happens. Turns out, according to the left, being a privileged white woman, being above the law and not have to follow it, she was extreme right the whole time. Plot twist.
Wait.
She's a right-wing extremist. She was above the law. She was a privileged white woman. She was MAGA.
They're saying she's a right extremist now?
No. But everything that they always like...
Oh, yes. Okay, I got you.
She's a privileged white woman. She's not obeying the law. She thinks she's above the law. They should be held accountable.
She was.
Well, I guess you're right. Case closed. We solved it.
Elementary, dear Watson.
Ah, yes.
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, the whole time. The whole time. She was right-wing extremist. Look at that. See, another officer shot a rioter in the leg. This is, I think, yesterday or day before.
No, I did not hear
After
about
three
that.
of them.
Wait.
Three looters
Okay, no, I
attacked him. He ended up shooting one in the leg.
What?
Yeah. It's like,
How dare he protect his own life?
he does. Life and property. Did you see the rioters tearing apart vehicles? And one of them just happened to be an FBI, an FBI ICE member. No, it was an FBI vehicle. It wasn't ICE. They broke into it. They stole documents, and they stole his rifle. One guy took his rifle. Turns out, the guy that took his rifle, he was a member of the Latin Kings. And he was arrested. I think yesterday. So he was arrested. Yeah. They're doxing ICE agents now. They got information about them, ICE agents and their families, and they're starting to dox them. Yeah. Oh, and the officer that was struck by the vehicle, it was confirmed by multiple news outlets, like ABC, CNN, this was World News.
He was trans.
A whole bunch. No, there's actually a meme with that, but I'll get to that. No, that he suffered internal bleeding, right? So, to me, this felt like a check and mate kind of thing. Because when that article came out, it was like, oh, he suffered internal bleeding. The immediate response from like all the protesters, rioters, whatever, like, well, internal bleeding could be just a bruise. So I'm like, so then you admit he was hit. so you it's like whether it was a bruise or actual like a kidney or something.
I could tell you.
Either way, because before
he never saw strike. Yeah. He didn't hit him. He was nowhere near him.
He was actually. I saw an argument where they were watching the video that everybody saw, like the first video, the one from the third person watching the whole thing
from the driver's side view.
Right.
Yeah.
And you could see like there was an argument and be like, look, when the car turns, it hits the officer, he plants his feet and leans forward, and his feet slide back. It's like, now, there's no way to move backwards if you're leaning like this, Michael Jackson style, with both your feet behind you,
moonwalk,
without an external force pushing you this way.
Laws of physics, Newton's laws of motion.
People tried to explain it away and be like, well, he might have jumped backwards. He jumped backwards with both feet on the ground, leaning forward. So I jumped.
He didn't jump, he pushed the world down.
That's right. He Chuck Norris.
He's got Chuck Norris legs.
Chuck Norris the whole fucking scene. It's Chuck Norris. It was really Chuck Norris. That's who it was. No wonder why. Everything's explainable if it's just Chuck Norris in every scenario. Every ICE agent is Chuck Norris. We wouldn't be having this discussion if that was the case. I'd be like, no, it's already done. Yeah, they started tomorrow. It's done.
And finished 3 days ago.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's true. Yeah. So I watch that, but watching them explain this shit away like that, it's like, wow, the fucking gymnastics, the mental gymnastics you have to do to explain some of this shit away. I'm like, oh, come on. So then when this article comes out and be like, oh no, it's confirmed. He did have internal bleeding, bruising probably. And then they said, well, that's probably just a bruise. I'm like, okay, so he was hit. Can we just get over that? It's like, yes, he was hit. Now you want to argue intent, whatever. You can argue intent and say, well, was she trying to run? Maybe. But if she was, she saw the officer. He was in perfect line of sight. You see that on multiple angles, multiple camera angles. He was in line of her sight. And she floored it. Whatever the reason is. If it was accidental, that's fine. But the fact of the matter is, the vehicle is a deadly weapon. That is an assault with a deadly weapon charge, regardless of the intent.
Can I pause?
Go ahead. You can pause all you want. I'm going to keep going. Listen.
Can you pause?
Yes.
I just want to say one thing. One thing.
Right.
Would we even be fucking discussing this? I'm sorry, I hate to say it like this, but if the dumb ass just complied.
No. And actually,
there's no fucking state. I did some research about this one.
Right.
There is no state where after a law enforcement agent of any level, unless it's a mall security guard, there's no state.
Those poor mall security guards.
No, but there's no state where a law enforcement agent of any level, you can straight up tell them no and walk away. If they say, get out of the vehicle, it is a lawful command. There's not a single state in America, the United States of America, where you have the right to say no and they can't do shit about it. Right. When they say, get out of the vehicle, it is a lawful order. You could sit there and fucking sovereign citizen, Morris nation, whatever the fuck that shit, the Moor nation, whatever, you could, foreign dignitary, don't fucking matter. If a law enforcement agent tells you to get out of the vehicle, it is a lawful command. You have to comply.
Right.
Don't matter if it's, oh, I caught you picking your nose and you swerved. Reckless fucking driving. Get the fuck out of the vehicle. Oh, I was doing 31 in a fucking 30. It's a fuck that's still speeding. Get the fuck out of the vehicle.
Right. Yeah. And to your point, yeah, if she had just got out of the vehicle.
People have tried saying, oh, well, ICE agents can't do it. Actually, they can.
Yeah.
Just like an NCON officer, environmental conservation officer, NCON, can actually pull you over and issue a speeding ticket.
They can.
They're a fucking glorified park ranger with a gun.
Oh, I would love to be NCON.
So would I.
That is a job I have most of the qualifications for. Anyway.
But what I'm saying is, a fucking NCON officer can straight up tell you to get out of the vehicle. You have to fucking listen.
Yeah.
ICE agents are fucking federal, not state.
Right. Yeah. So, and to your point as well, there was a video, a guy filmed himself. He got pulled over by ICE agents. It looked like he was in a truck, but it looked like more of like a straight axle. It looked like a box truck.
Yeah.
And they came over to him. It was a colored guy. I don't know, black. I don't know, what his ethnicity, but like a lighter skin. So they came up, asked him, hey, where are you going? What's your job? What are you hauling? I'm doing this, blah, 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 officer. It's like, oh, all right. Short conversation. It's like, all right, well, you have yourself a good day. He's like, you too, officer. And they left. He goes, and, and that was it. That's all that happened. What?
No, you got these fucking keyboard warriors, these fucking libtards, these fucking zealots, I call them. You remember. They fucking sit there and they want to push the agenda like they're going to be the one that the president walks to their door an hour after they beat the man. You're what America needs. You run the country, hero.
It doesn't matter that in Minnesota, and not specifically just Minnesota, just left-wing politicians, and even media, but more so politicians, because that's really the focal point here. Like Tim Walz is just gassing up his voter base and his base of supporters, voters, whatever.
I thought he wasn't running.
He's not. But that, like, his base of supporters, he's gassing them up to such a fucking extent. Everything he talks about, just in the way he talks about it and the verbiage he uses, you compare it to Donald Trump and January 6th, it's night and day. Because when he's talking about during his, not even press conference, just address, whatever video he puts out to address Minnesotans, he's talking about we need to stand together and we need to stop Donald Trump and this regime from coming in here and bullying us. And then he says stuff during interviews like, well, I've never been at war with the federal government before. And he says all this stuff. It's kind of like there's a picture of what they're getting at, and they're making every mark around that picture, except they're not verbatim saying exactly what anybody with two
passive aggressive.
Yeah,
comments.
anybody with 2 ears and be like, I know what you're fucking saying. It's the classic I'm not touching you bullshit. Now you take that and what happens is in Minnesota you have everything that's transpiring now. First it started with just the regular protests and the yelling and everything, and then they get all the people coming in interfering with their apprehensions of illegals, ICE doing what legal work they have to do to apprehend whoever, and then they start interfering with it. They start using all their horns and whistles and all this crazy bullshit, which that's funny to me because there was a video of this guy that kicked the shit out of, like, I think I said it to you, like three or four protesters, and you know what's funny during that whole thing? It's like there's nothing actually wrong that happened here in regards to the guy that just fucking hauled off and punched the protester, because he was being engaged. He tried to disengage, walk away, like push him away, tried to walk away. The other guy just kept going with the fucking bullhorn right in his ear. And then finally he goes, bam! And he punches him, drops him. Then 2 other guys come over. And
I think he's like off. 4 people get dropped in total.
And then what's fucking hilarious, there's 2 things that toward the end that stand out that was hilarious. The guy, the red coat guy that came back, the first one that got hit, and he took his hat off like he was ready to throw down. And he walks over and he just This guy, this like camouflage jacket, just turns and just bam, hits him once, and the guy like folds like this and drops like a fucking GTA NPC. He just goes, ugh, and he falls over, and then during this whole exchange, the desperation of people blowing whistles in the background, like it was gonna fucking do something. Like, oh god, he's getting hit. Why isn't it working?
Gotta admire her enthusiasm.
There was like
remember that meme?
No. It was magical, the whole thing. The point is when Tim Walz makes all these statements, it just gasses them up to the point now where they're breaking in to many people's vehicles. There was actually, I just saw a video, see if I can still pull it up. It's still on here.
Remember that one?
Yes.
You have to admire her optimism.
Right here. There was this video. Let me pause it. So apparently,
yeah, like I said, I don't have to do this. I'm happy to do this. That's all. We just got to stop this.
So he's got a lot of camera equipment. I think we can
Minnesota, far left extremists interrogated a driver who was surrounded by, who they surrounded, and made him prove he wasn't with DHS, and told him to rent a non-SUV in order not to be targeted. So they're running like their own fucking police fucking state.
I just don't understand the job. I don't know how to
Were you here yesterday?
Yeah.
Yes, he was here yesterday. I can testify that. I didn't recognize him.
No, I appreciate your help. Thank you.
I'm not here to help you.
No, I
I think the
understand.
fact that you're in a vehicle like this at this
I
time
get it.
is...
With all due respect.
Like they're surrounding him, fucking just like a gang fucking.
You can. You go rent something else.
Well,
I mean, if you're part
are
of
you
the
going to pay for
media.
it? That's not how it works.
This is my business.
It's a fucking Karen.
I hope you guys understand. Not here to
He
cause
was
any
here
problem.
with a video camera yesterday. I did see another vehicle with them, but I did see him with a camera.
Press badge when folks are talking on the side?
No. I told him I was with media.
Okay.
And when people get irate with me, I have no choice to just walk over there.
I think you gotta understand that people were
Well, it wasn't yesterday, because that's what we did the story on. Let's just wrap this up, okay?
it was helpful. I should say,
Yeah, that's fine.
you guys the first time.
Who the fuck cares?
Crazy. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that just because he's in a fucking SUV and they're like, oh, are you with DHS? And then he gets fucking surrounded by them. And they're asking him, it's like, well, you kind of look suspicious. Who are you with? That's the kind of messaging that ends up coming across here when Tim Walz does his whole like. Doink. See if I can pull one up. Oh, perfect.
What are you on right now?
X.
Ordering people to point out where their neighbors of color live. They're pulling over people indiscriminately, including U.S. citizens, and demanding to see their papers. And
Demanding to see their papers.
bus stops, even at our schools. They're breaking windows, dragging pregnant women down the street, just plain grabbing Minnesotans and shoving them into unmarked vans. Kidnapping innocent people with no warning and no due process. Let's be very, very clear. This long ago stopped being a matter of immigration enforcement. Instead, it's a campaign of organized brutality against the people of Minnesota by our own federal government. Last week, that campaign claimed the life of Renee Nicole Good. We've all watched the video. We've all seen what happened. And yet, instead of conducting an impartial investigation so we can hold accountable the officer responsible for Renee's death, the Trump administration is devoting the full power of the federal government to finding an excuse to attack the victim and her family.
So, because now they're going to charge her partner or wife or whatever the fuck it is, and being complacent in her getting shot because she's the one that said, drive, baby, drive, drive. So, just in that small section right there, that 1 minute, when he says, demanding to see people's papers, what's that remind you of? Papers, please? Historical.
Oh, World War II.
Yeah,
Nazi Germany.
right.
Which
Which is one of like the key phrases that's constantly thrown around. And what does Tim Walz do? He plays right into it because that's all you ever see in all these videos with this riots and protests. Is like they compare right wing anything, being moderates, independents, anything that's not their ideals. It's extreme right wing. They compare him to the Gestapo. They compare him to fascism. They compare him to racists. They compare him to Nazis all the time. So what's he do? Oh, they're ripping pregnant women from vehicles. They're busting out windows. They're demanding to see people's
I've never
pictures.
heard of any story of a pregnant woman getting drugged down the
Because it
street.
doesn't fucking...
Hey, Tim, do me a favor. Actually send me the article and the information, the report, the case number, all that, about a pregnant woman being drugged down the street. Just out of curiosity.
The bonkers thing is going back to when I said assault with a deadly weapon with a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a debate, and they were talking specifically about the vehicle and say, well, that's assault with a deadly weapon. And the rebuttal was, well, where is that an assault with a deadly weapon? Where is that proven? And it was in United States law, in legal precedent, because it has been assault with a deadly weapon. But again, the mental gymnastics you have to go through in order to make all this make sense from that perspective. I used to try hard to be as objective as possible. But you get to the point of stuff like this, and it's like, I can't be objective here. Like, I can't. Or I can't, rather. I can't be... I can't give the benefit of the doubt to a lot of these arguments because they just don't make sense in any way, shape, or form. The whole thing is like a big game to them. And when I was talking about comparing to J6, if you watch this and watch that kind of messaging and then compare it to Donald Trump before January 6th popped off, it's night and day. Because all they did was scream, oh, it was an insurrection. This whole thing's an insurrection. They're trying to break into the White House, breaking into a government building. And Donald Trump is the one that's inciting it. He's inciting the violence to do all this and what he's saying. Yet, if you watch back, he's telling people, you have to do this peacefully. We're going to march down there. Don't get violent. Blah, 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 blah. And yet, here, it's clear as day, he's doing everything pinpointing what has been screamed at or what has been screamed on social media, on the news, and he's saying, I'm going to use all this and kind of push it out there. What is it? The Joker and the Dark Knight just have to give him a little push. Mm-hmm. Well, now you got this. Also, not only with this, talking about J6, what has happened is now the rioters have broken into Minnesota's government buildings, their Capitol building.
Yeah.
But that doesn't count. That's not an insurrection. It's a peaceful protest, the winter of love. 2026.
Apparently, there was an incident of a woman being dragged across the snow while Ice Age is... Okay, so, the first report I read, pregnant woman thrown down into the snow, knee on her back, drug, and dragged. Mm-hmm. You dig a little deeper, I just went through 5 different articles. Bystanders shouted, hey, she's pregnant. Nothing's been confirmed.
Right.
She didn't look pregnant.
So it was just...
She was flat on the stomach. She was flat on the ground.
So it was, I know a guy? One of those things?
No, so...
Well, that's what I mean. It's like, oh, no, she's pregnant. I was like, oh, all right. Well, and then the reporter or whatever is like, 9 months pregnant.
Yep.
It's due tomorrow. Yesterday. Right.
So
that's one of those. What are your sources? A guy close to the White House, and he's.
I just scanned 5 articles, and while bystanders shouting, "Hey, she's pregnant," nothing confirmed.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, that's the your source is somebody close to the White House, and it's a fucking homeless guy that lives 2 streets over. Like, oh, he told me that the president's an alien. It's like, oh, sources close to the White House say.
He's closer to the White House than me.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's 20 feet that way.
That's what that is. Like a pregnant woman. But the Council of Karens over there were screaming it. The turquoise hair one. She's got alopecia on one side of her head.
Jada Pinkett?
Yes. Keep my wife's name
out your fucking mouth. I'd have put something in her mouth.
Now Trump is talking about the Insurrection Act, which at this point I'm like, good. Do it.
Do it.
Yes, exactly. Do it.
Good.
Because there's now compilations, I've seen compilations, but I've also seen individually of the left doing exactly what they did prior to Charlie Kirk. Remember 6 months ago or so, maybe it was last spring, when they started saying like, oh, we should get our own pew-pews and pink mist bullshit and all that?
Yeah, they never said the direct words.
Yeah,
but
remember that? Well, they're doing the same thing now, except they're saying direct words. They're talking about, I think I might have it still pulled up here. I do. They're talking about, this ICE agent probably should kiss his family, before he leaves, because he might not be coming back, and blah blah blah.
If you're an ICE agent, this might be a good time to kiss your spouse and kids goodbye, because you know what? You might not be coming home tomorrow. Gladly. And your family will be better off for it.
So my grandmother used to say, hey, if you're an ICE
So,
Hi, here's the one thing you absolutely know.
Hi, ICE agents have children too. Most of them have children too. And it's not as hard as you think to figure out who they are, where they go to school, their names. It's not hard at all.
Pretty much every election.
so that's 2.
But you go.
I saw.
Hold on.
I saw
5 years. You can say that, but 5 years ago, you say, "Oh, I really like Trump. He was a good president." Banned. Off of this. Off of that.
Oh,
everything.
yeah. You remember,
You can literally sit there and
Alex
say,
Jones. During when he first got banned from everything, Alex Jones. You bring up Alex Jones, and you run the risk of getting a fucking at least
a strike.
Yeah, not even a strike. You'd run the risk of them just taking your video down, and they tell you it's like, oh, we're not giving you a strike, but mRNA, like all that shit, these crazy fucking things. Like you just talk, it's like, oh, you can't do that. We're taking it off. Back when you couldn't say retard for a while, and it's like, oh, we're taking the. But now you can go on social media and openly threaten ICE agents' lives, federal agents' lives.
And their families.
Yeah, and their families. That's perfectly okay. But they're doing this shit again, like they did before Charlie Kirk. And what happened to Charlie Kirk? They were like, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And then some nutball went out and did it. And now they're doing it again with ICE agents. Except a lot of them are doing it right out in the open and saying, there was a member... I don't know if it was a member of the Black... It was a member of the Black Panthers talking about, oh, we have to get whatever guns and make sure they're bigger than what they have. And he had, during the video, he had it was an automatic shotgun. And he said, I'll put this right in his chest and blah, blah, blah. I was like, we just have to be more prepared than they are. He said, anyone comes after me. I'm like, yeah, man, you what are you doing? But that's the messaging, that this kind of shit, that is the seed that's planted for that stuff. And you know what? They fucking know it. They know it.
Oh, yeah.
What's the difference between J6 and whatever Trump said, whether you believe that he incited it or not, and this? After J6, none of this shit happened. There were no riots, there were no looting, there were no threats on lefties with Karen fucking colored hair. Yep. There was none of that. All people like us did was run with jokes and create meme culture, which got fucking Trump elected again. And what happens here? You can't handle it. The democratic process that you so boldly fucking grasped onto and said we have to protect our democracy to such an extent that you would go out, throw somebody into a presidential race who didn't belong there, like clearly health-wise, he couldn't make it. So instead of using the democratic process that was so precious, you moved in the next person after the primaries for the Democratic presidential run. Mm-hmm. She couldn't do it. The nation, the electoral votes, and the popular vote voted Trump back in. And because you lost your democratic process, you now want to switch the ballot box to the fucking ammo box. And it's bullshit. That shit never fucking happened on the other side of the aisle. And you wonder why everyone's like, you know what? I'm going to go independent. Not even Republican or MAGA or whatever the fuck. You can label that all you want. But everyone's like, I'm out. I'm out. Bernie Sanders is independent. He even went like, I'm like,
that fucker's like 900 years old.
But the fact that they don't get it, like, they don't get it. They do. And they're fucking being played like a fiddle. And they're just stirring the pot and stirring the pot. And then this shit'll happen. And then what'll happen is Trump's talking about doing the Insurrection Act, invoking the Insurrection Act, which isn't the first time it's been done. It was done like, well, the last time was in 92 during the LA riots.
Oh,
and before that, I think there was once in the 70s, like 3 times in the 60s, and like college campuses during the protest. What'll happen, and this is all just for optics, this shit will keep happening. It'll get more and more violent. And the left will keep screaming, Gestapo, Nazis, blah, blah, blah. Trump will drop the hammer. He'll invoke the Insurrection Act. And then the National Guard will roll into these cities and give them the exact optics that they want to see. The military coming in under Trump's orders. Oh no, here comes the Nazis. They're trying to ban us. They're trying to shut our speech down and get rid of the Constitution. That's exactly what they want. This is a huge fucking game, and it's so clear to see, but it sucks because Republicans are so by the book that when this shit happens and they're just blatant lies and basically like, it's like modders and, video games. It's just blatant lies and bullshit. You can't beat that. Not without doing what they're doing. Well, so Republicans are stuck in this weird spot. Fuck. If we don't do anything, what they're doing now, and just let them, like, practice their freedom of speech, which, there's a fucking line here. This is what happens. If we invoke the Insurrection Act and actually hold them accountable, what happens is the normie who doesn't really pay attention to this, but they can hear, and they hear the left screaming about Gestapo and Nazis, well, now it makes them look like Nazis. So they're in the spots like we either fucking shoot ourselves in the foot or we shoot ourselves in the other foot.
I could be maybe a little bit more, giving America a little bit more credit than it deserves. I'm an American. I love this country. But maybe I'm giving, not America, maybe I'm giving the general mass a little more credit than it deserves. But I'd like to think, with the way I see things now, like you said, even Bernie Sanders, a lot of people are like, whoa, this ship's a little fucking wonky. I'm a dip. So they're jumping off.
I'd hope so.
I think that if this Insurrection Act is actually instituted or gone forward with, the left, the zealots, the crazies, they can sit there and be like, look, Gustavo, look, Hitler, look, taking our Constitution. But much like the presidential election of 2024, the majority of the country is going to be like, wait a minute. Something don't make sense here.
A lot.
You're doing all of this, which caused this, and I haven't lost any freedoms yet with them being here. So, what's going on? Is it really? So, I think what it comes down to, you remember the movie Grown Ups? Remember when they shot the arrow?
Yeah.
Everyone's foot's in the middle.
You want to hear a crazy thing?
Hold on. Everyone's foot's in the middle.
Right.
It's a matter of whose foot's going to get shot. It's either going to be, you could be right, where the right's going to be like, oh, we shoot ourselves in the foot and not do anything, or we shoot ourselves in the foot and do something and look the way they are trying to portray us. It's not just their foot in the middle of the circle, though. It's also the left. It's also the zealots. It's also the crazies. It's everybody's foot in the middle now. Who gets shot in the foot when the arrow lands? I think that's what I'm trying to get at. There's more of a chance it's not just going to be this people or these people that are going to get in trouble or be made to look bad. People are going to be sitting there. It's not going to be just this group. The people are going to be like, wait a minute, let's do our research. We've learned with COVID, we've learned with Joe Biden that sometimes doing a little bit of research and kind of
it's not even research sometimes. Sometimes it's just opening with like a Biden especially. Just opening your eyes and watching.
And that's it. There's going to be enough people.
Kind of slurring his speech.
There's going to be enough people who are sitting at home. Oh man, the National Guard came in, and everybody's screaming, regime.
They're checking to see your paper.
But nobody's knocked on my door. I haven't seen the National Guard in my town yet.
Yeah, because most normal people, they touch grass. And honestly, that's a good thing. It's a good thing because the people like me that pay attention to this shit, and then when they run into a normie and they happen to say something and be like, what the hell's going on with Iran? Or what the hell's going on in Minnesota? I'm like, well, here's what's being thrown around. Here's what I see. And I tell them exactly. I try to keep it as like even playfield as possible, but sometimes it gets shit like this and be like, well, but that in case in point to what you just said, those people don't pay close attention to everything that's going on, and when they watch stuff like whatever news outlet they watch, depending on who you're watching, they're going to show certain parts of the video. Unfortunately, there's not many news outlets that will show you the whole video in any way, shape, or form and show you the whole context, because context surely does matter. Now, if you watched what was portrayed during Renee Good's I guess her afternoon drive, for lack of a better term.
She took a nappy poo.
From one news outlet, they'll show you, it's like, well, it's kind of hard to see. But then you watch others, and moreover, independent news and social media, because they've become journalists. Like, social media is a journalist machine. You see other angles, you're like, oh, that's something completely fucking different. Case in point, we watched it last week, and we saw the video that everybody saw. And then I show you the other one that you didn't see, where it's like, Jesus Christ, he's going at him full bore. Like, it was way faster just because the angle was different. So hopefully people see things like that with their own eyes. And they say, hey, this isn't what they're telling me. This is something different. Like these riots, like all this. Yeah, like all these riots and everything, when they say, just like 2020, oh, this is mostly peaceful. I'm like, bullshit. This is fucking St. John's Church back in, 2019, May of 2019. That's St. John's Church being burnt down right in the Capitol. What is all this crazy fucking shit? What is going on? So, maybe, I don't know.
How do you, for some reason, how do you get the DuckDuckGo search on your?
You have to hyperlink it.
I have the DuckDuckGo app.
Oh, the search bar?
Yeah, how do you get the search bar back up there?
I don't even remember.
Did you set it as your default?
Yeah, because I have Google here and DuckDuckGo there.
I got this. How to put duck, not dick, duck.
Here's Matt Walsh. He's like, we can swoop into a foreign country and kidnap their president in a span of 90 minutes without taking a single casualty, and yet We allow these fat, retarded losers to commit federal crimes every night, every single night, right out in the open in our own country. We could put a stop to it all. Oh, that's the one where they were breaking into the... Yeah. Minnesota rioters successfully broke open a weapons locker in a federal vehicle and stole a rifle and ammunition before fleeing. There's a rifle.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Well.
There's some bullets.
There's some bullets. Yeah, and they fucking took everything. I think the only thing they left was a tourniquet. They took even the patches he had in there. Mine. Jesus. They're just filming the whole thing.
Openly, yeah.
It's just fucking dumb.
Do you see any direct faces?
Yes. The one guy that took the rifle. That's how they found him. It's like, oh, he's a Latin king. He had fucking tattoos everywhere. He took the fucking rifle. I was like, well, he's fucking stupid. Yeah. What's this? How are we supposed to share these country with these people? Fuck ice.
Oh, shit.
Then leave.
I know, please.
These YNs to step up. These young boys that run around these ski masks, these super United States gangsters.
I'm trying to figure out why we're not shooting.
Are we fucking great yet? Are we a great country? Is this one? It's fucking great.
Remember, people, the mass manifest.
It's Colin Kaepernick.
I'm really questioning when the left's gonna start playing Papa Cop. Tag DHS. I am Antifa.
Time to purchase my Second Amendment or get the fuck out of this country, and I haven't decided which one I want to do yet.
I'm not even giving you the opportunity.
Not everybody has the stomach or the wherewithal for what needs to happen.
You're not getting out of this building.
The questions don't need to be asking no questions. You just need to, whoa, hey, sir, boom. That's all it needs to be. That's all we need to do.
That's actually the compilation I was talking about. That's okay. That's the messaging. That's the messaging that's going on right now. That's the shit that Ilham Omar and Tim Walz and AOC and all of these prog left Democrats are pushing. But again, it's just a little bit around each message, so it circles the whole thing.
Well, I'm not trying to defend the left on this one, but has anybody actually done anything yet? They're just upset people. They have feelings.
That, and if something does
I
actually
wanna
happen,
feel their feelings.
when something actually does happen, it'll be, well, I never said for anyone to go out and shoot anybody. Like, come on. Fucking come on. Like, what fucking third grade game are we fucking playing here? But again,
You know what? No. Hold on. Pause. You know what? Because there's going to be plenty of folks at home. This is for you, that finger. There's going to be plenty of folks at home that go, well, Trump never said anything about Trump said he didn't say anything inciting violence. Trump never directly told people to go do bad things. So wait, he didn't incite violence? Hold on, I'm not done yet. Okay. Every motherfucker that was involved, that was there, got arrested. So
for like 3 fucking years, solitary confinement.
So, Tim, when things pop off, like you're not telling them to do, you gonna pardon them after 3 years? You gonna, after they're all rounded up, all the innocent people? Because I'm sure everybody that's involved that gets arrested, much like the J6ers, all were guilty parties. They all had to be confined and all arrested and all booked, all due processed. So the same things that happened to them, right?
Well, I mean, look, I'm not the president. I can't do that.
But they were violent. People died. So obviously, Tim, you must not condone this. You must be in support of them being processed.
Would they have?
Don't they offer showers in prison? I can't. I was gonna make a bad joke.
You know what's funny?
What?
Talking about like people who lost their lives. What they constantly bring up is in J6, the Ashley Babbitt, the officer that ended up she got trampled. I think they're in J6 and ended up dying.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Okay, good.
They had a candlelight vigilant for her. It was like a couple weeks ago, almost a couple weeks ago at this point. During that, they didn't bring up her name at all. At all. They said, this is for the loss of... I'm going to die! This is for the loss of life.
Even your chairs.
I know.
No!
Easy, buddy. They didn't bring up her name at all.
Well, why would they?
I don't know. But during all this, now, of course, they're going to use Renee Good's name because...
Oh, it's everything. It's going to be at least 2 or 3 Renee Goods in every conversation.
Yeah, it's going to be a bleeding heart thing. But that's just going to push their narrative for whatever. To be honest with you, I don't even fucking know what the left wants because everything just seems like just complete chaos and destruction of the United States as it is now.
Do you know what?
It used to be like the thing they're platforming right now, like heavy air quotes, like fucking ludicrous stand up, giant hand air quotes.
Stand up!
Right. Is equality and police reform. Like that's the classic Democratic running thing. Sure, but come on. With I lost my train of thought.
Well, really quick, because I had something I wanted to say. So, you know what would be really sad? Honestly, really sad. Trump leaves office tomorrow, and a Democrat steps in and pushes a similar agenda with ICE and reform and immigration. How fast do you think these fuckers would flip?
Funny you bring that up.
I got a smart boner right now. Oh, hit the table.
Let's see.
and generous people. But those who enter our country illegally and those who employ them disrespect the rule of law. And because we live in an age where terrorists are challenging our borders, we cannot allow people to pour...
This is former President Barack Obama.
Yeah. This is when he was senator still.
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
I think we got to have tough conditions. Tell people to come out of the shadows. If they've committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked. They're gone.
All Americans, not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country, are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants.
So, yeah, to your point, there's already been that. There's already a Democrat that went through this whole ICE thing. Except he didn't have to clean up a mess that the previous administration had made in regards to foreign policy, illegal immigration specifically. What we have now is a president that is cleaning up a mess left from the current administration, or the former administration, to clean up a foreign policy, illegal immigration specifically. So what we have is what's going on now. But where's the difference? Where's the difference in messaging? Gestapo? Was he a Nazi?
He's preaching the same things Trump preached.
Holy shit.
Barack Obama.
Obama and Trump are Nazis together. And they probably were both on Epstein Island.
I think that's where the swastika symbol actually comes from.
Ah.
Barack Obama's penis and Trump's penis.
They were two curves.
They're tangled.
Yin
they
and
hooked onto each other.
Yin and yang, the white and the black side. Yeah. What's up, bro? They were college buddies.
That's the Barack Trump. No, the OT. Obama Trump gang sign.
OT, overtime, Obama Trump.
Obama Trump 2028.
What the fuck? But yeah, so there's already been that. And he's not the only one. Clinton.
Bill, yep.
Clinton did the same thing. Bush Jr. did. Biden sent out illegals. But then, like initially, and then he did the whole open the borders, catch and release, because that was the numbers that was actually thrown up too. And there was, I don't remember where I saw it. I don't know if it was YouTube or Facebook or something. There was someone put out a number and be like, oh, well, the Biden administration actually apprehended like 8 million illegals, which
catch
is
and release.
Sort of true. Yeah, but that was catch and release when they were shipping them all over the United States.
And like, how many did they tag twice?
That's called stat padding. You can't yeah.
Didn't we arrest you last week? No.
See?
His hair was the other way.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the same guy. Not the same guy.
Yeah. So I'm like, those numbers are kind of skewed, but okay. And in comparison, I think Trump has deported like 1.2 million at this point. Something like that.
But how many did fucking Biden let in?
I've heard numbers anywhere from 10 to 20 some, maybe 30 million. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? I mean, at this rate, you're not going to come close to getting rid of all. I mean, we're 1 year in. He's just crossed the million mark. It's going to have to be, you're going to have to ramp it up even
Biden
more.
didn't make it easy for him.
You know what's funny, though? There's people there.
Biden created the ultimate scavenger hunt. I forgot where I put half the pieces.
Easter all the time.
I forgot where I put half the pieces.
It's like a squirrel when they bury their nuts and then they forget and a tree grows.
Wait.
A family tree. Wait a minute.
And the kids went up my legs. I drove 1 million miles.
What's wrong with this tree? They're all from Somalia.
Oh,
That's funny too.
Perfect.
They will
child care.
like talk about Somalia or just foreign like Iran going on right now.
Yeah.
Just kind of segue into that. The left will not fucking speak a word about what's going on in Iran at all, but they'll defend. Apparently, like Latin Kings here, they'll defend MS-13. They'll defend the Somalian fraudsters.
Yep.
They'll defend what else?
They actually defended
Venezuela.
MS-13.
Yeah, you remember there was one of the illegals. Oh, it was the Maryland man being deported. Oh, he was a Maryland man being deported, and he got arrested. He had lived here for, I don't know, 10, 15, 12, 13, whatever years.
Yeah.
Well, turns out he had tattoos linking him to MS-13, and he was here illegally. And so the big controversy was he got scooped up and deported, and Trump said, well, he's tied to MS-13. Left-wing media was like, he's not fucking tied to MS-13. That's not an MS-13 tattoo. So that was the running story. So everyone was like, well, he just took an American citizen and shipped him out because he's not MS-13. The MS-13 thing was wishy-washy for a while, but what a lot of news outlets failed to report was, okay, get rid of the MS-13 thing. He was still convicted of 2 or 3 other crimes, one of them being he was illegal. Like, the whole reason you're doing this whole thing. But at that point, that was just the start of the whole process. And what Trump said initially was like, we're going to go after the worst of the worst first. The MS-13 thing, I don't know, but he was still illegal. He wasn't the worst of the worst, but he was still illegal. So that's where the whole problem from that stems from. So when I say they defend MS-13,
I got you.
That's where that comes from. And Venezuela. The dictator in Venezuela.
I've been seeing a lot of
or not the dictator. Yeah, he's a dictator, but
I've seen some things about. It's weird. Find out a country has oil, and all of a sudden they've got evil politicians that need to be taken care of.
Oh yes. Well, not only oil, but they also have quite the reserve in silver, I believe.
Well, did you hear some of the accounts from the Venezuelan soldiers?
Yes, I actually haven't. I believe yes,
20
Security
guys
guard.
wiped out 100-something soldiers in minutes.
Yeah,
and they had a solar pump.
It was on X, and I found the news article. It's so. It says not to be messed with. Venezuelan security guard who survived U.S. op. The guard claimed the U.S. forces were shooting with such precision and speed, it seemed like each soldier was firing 300 rounds per minute. A Venezuelan security guard who was on duty during the U.S. operation to capture the country's leader, Nicolas Maduro, had revealed what transpired during Operation Absolute Resolve on January 3rd. Reshared by White House Press Secretary. Okay. It was a massacre. We were hundreds, but we had no chance, the Venezuelan guard said. They, the U.S. forces, were shooting with such precision and speed, it seemed like each soldier was firing 300 rounds per minute. We couldn't do anything. He claimed an unfamiliar weapon was used in the assault. At one point, they launched something. I don't know how to describe it. It was like a very intense sound wave suddenly. I felt like my head was exploding from inside. We all started bleeding from the nose. Some were vomiting blood. We fell to the ground, unable to move, the guard said. More than 100 people were killed during the U.S. attack that captured the Venezuelan president and his wife, Celia Flores, according to Venezuela's Interior Minister Diosdado Cabello. The Cuban government also confirmed that 32 of its nationals were killed during the raid. Cuba, a longstanding ally of Venezuela, has for years provided Maduro with security details and personnel throughout Venezuelan military. No one from the U.S. forces died, Trump said. Puerto Rico, along with Russia and China. According to the guard, Venezuelan defenses were caught off guard by the day. We didn't hear anything coming. We were on guard, but suddenly all the radar systems shut down without any explanation. The next thing we saw were drones, a lot of drones, flying over our positions. We didn't know how to react, he said. Helicopters arrived, barely 8, he estimated. from which a small number of U.S. soldiers descended, maybe 20 men. But those men were technologically very advanced. They didn't look like anything we've ever fought against before. Asked whether his comrades were able to resist, he replied, not at all. Those 20 men, without a single casualty, killed hundreds of us. We were no way we had no way to compete with their technology. With the weapons, I swear I've never seen anything like it, the guard said. The U.S. has defended the attack as a law enforcement action to detain Maduro on narcotics and weapons charges, which was like the whole bombing of like all the boats coming across. When, you know what's funny in regards to those boats coming across, not to get like on the Venezuela thing again, but watching again with media, specifically left-wing media, they said, well, how do they know that those boats had drugs in them? How do you know they're not fishing boats? Listen, if you in media do not have the slightest, even maybe hint of information or thought that the U.S. government, if you are in the woods somewhere and you're toking up or smoking meth, doing whatever, and the government couldn't find out about it, even without a phone, if you don't think that's possible, then you have such a rude awakening. So if there's boats coming across a strait to our borders, they know what is on those boats. Through many, listen, this sounds like an army or a squad, we'll say, of 20 Liam Neesons from Taken.
We have a special set of skills.
Yeah.
They will find you.
That's exactly what this was. It was Liam Neeson from Taken. It was Rambo. It was Dutch.
Chuck.
It was Chuck. It was all them. And they went in and just fucking teabagged everybody in Venezuela.
John Wick.
Yes. You just fucked up. It's Jason Bourne.
Hitman.
Holy fuck. Yes. Fuck. What an awesome team that would be. I want to see this. Yeah, let's see this movie that's never going to happen.
Oh, my God. The Expendables, more like The Incredibles.
Yeah, but the good one.
And not the Disney version.
But yeah, the fact that we're like, well, we don't know if maybe they were fishing boats. Like, shut the fuck up. Listen to this. What's going on here?
If
what they call the...
No. Hold on. Yeah, they might have been fishing boats, but it's a good thing they were international waters or on domestic water where they could be stopped and searched. They have drugs on them?
Yeah, I can't remember what it's like an LRO or an LROB or something like that. The long-range acoustic... what was it?
LRAD.
Yeah, long-range acoustic...
defense something.
Yeah. But that's what that was. It's just like... Oh, brown note! Well, actually, that's a red note, but whatever. Yeah, Maduro was claimed he was kidnapped, and the U.S. action was condemned by Venezuela allies like Cuba, Russia, China.
The long-range
Iran.
acoustic device.
Yeah,
LRAD.
device. That's what it was. Yeah, in North Korea.
Oh, great. I'm searching on DuckDuckGo. I don't know how to do incognito mode. How am I supposed to look up political things?
Yeah, so...
I knew it was LRAD. I just couldn't remember. That's why I said defense. I kind of made it look... No, device.
No, yeah. That's another thing, too. I have this thing... A lot of people say, well, Congress never approved us going into the country and taking Maduro. And I think I said it last week, so you don't need approval. You need approval if you go in and wage war, like boots on the ground, that. But
if you're going to move an army to, what's the word?
Within their border.
No, there's a word. Hold on. What is the word for moving a military into a foreign country? Occupation. So there's a difference between you don't need Congress's approval to go in. Like if President Trump was kidnapped by Iranian soldiers,
Right.
The military would not need Congress's approval to go get him back.
Right.
Now, if we were going to occupy a foreign country with our military, yes. Like if Israel and Palestine, I don't call it a country, but whatever, if they were going to war over Jerusalem and we wanted to move our troops into Saudi Arabia to engage in the war going on, then yes, we would need Congress's approval.
Yeah, for that specifically. But like, yeah, but so they would scream, it's like, well, Congress never approved. You can't just take a leader of another, country. But again, like last week, I think I covered, it's like, well, the United States doesn't recognize Maduro as a president because he's not the one that's actually making the shots. You have a drug cartel actually running that country. But then, like, at the same time, I'm like, Obama got bin Laden with no congressional approval. He also invaded Libya and killed Gaddafi with no approval from Congress. Biden killed al-Qaeda leader Zawahiri in 22, no approval.
So then, Trump didn't go in and kill anybody.
No, he went in and he apprehended him to arrest him. They're like, oh, you're fucking, what are you doing? And then they're like, these two went in and fucking
You should have killed him. That's okay. But you didn't. You arrested him. That's against the rules. Never Trump.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's funny. He's like, he's classified as dictator, as Maduro is, and it's dependent on recognition too. It's not self-declaration.
Yeah.
So in regards to like, well, you can't go in and you can't go in and just kidnap the leader of a nation. Like that definition, leader of the nation, is by recognition of other nations. So I could be like, I'm the leader of this nation, and other countries be like, who the fuck are you? Like they're not gonna.
We love your podcast, not your politics.
Yeah,
stick to what you know.
Damn it. But yeah, so you can scream all you want. It's like, I'm the leader. I'm the president. I'm like, oh, no. Sorry, you lose. So now he's up in New York. Great.
Oh God.
Yeah. But then, like, in regards, like, that's going off on the Venezuela thing.
Thank
but
God
now,
for my CNC.
In Iran, there's an actual revolution, like an actual protest for actual issues.
I did read about
like
this
the
earlier.
complete crash of their economy and the dictator. Actual fucking problems.
And no one's talking about it.
No, not on the left. There's no one
you
like.
You have to dig to find.
You would think that the left would run right to that in regards to everything that they preach. Like, oh, we want this and we want that. We want equal rights. And I mean, they ran like Gaza, the Gaza Strip. You know, the people that probably fucking hate them, but oh, they were right there. We support you. Okay, what about this? What about the Iranian people? What about the Iranian people that want this fucking regime of 47 years ousted? The regime that also, during this protest that started back in late December, they started protesting and then they took the internet away, which usually isn't a good sign. You know, anytime you silence the internet and shut the airspace down, which I think they opened back up, but they shut the airspace down this week. I'm like, that's usually the sign of invasion. But they shut the internet down to stop the flow of information, clearly. It didn't work because they were still able to get information out because we saw like different videos. But then we heard that, well, they're going to start public executions this past Wednesday, which they halted, but they were going to do hangings, public hangings of everyone that was protesting. They're also still saying, because there's still protests going on. It died down a little bit. It peaked earlier in the week. It's died down a little bit. There's still fucking... But they also said that they were going to find all the protesters, find their homes, figure out, like, identify them, and hold them all accountable. I mean, we all fucking know what that means. But again,
we're going on a trip to a place called Auschwitz.
Yeah.
It's a summertime. Protesters fine.
But like during this whole thing, you didn't hear not a word from the left. While this is all happening, you could watch in real time the value of their currency just completely plummeted. At one point, like $1 was like, was it 1.5 million of, yeah,
$1
yeah. It was.
We should go over there. We'd be rich.
But it was brutal, absolutely brutal. But yeah, you wouldn't see anything about it. Not like not a word about it. It's funny too because like what they're actually going against is the Muslim community, right? That's what they would be protesting against, which is a primarily, well, it's not white. It's not a white religion. So that's probably why they didn't attack it. It was like, oh, my brain doesn't know what to do. Like, this is
like
bad, but
Paradise
yeah. It's like
there are parts of this we support and we don't.
Yeah.
Hold on.
No, don't, because I got a fucking not a strike, but a copyright thing on last time you played.
Oh no, I'm gonna show you it's the picture.
Oh yeah. I don't remember what it was, but you played something. Oh, it was the job interview thing from a couple of shows ago.
Oh.
Would you ever sleep with a man for the position? No. Ding!
Welcome to the firm.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a fucking copyright. Not a strike, but a copyright is like, oh, they allow it. But I'm like, what? You can't even see the video just because the audio was there. Yeah. So they don't say a word about it. It's exactly what they claim to hate and everything. It's just clearly it's just because they hate Western values, and they seem to just ride the coattails of any small thing. It might be big, it might be small. Be like, oh man, the homosexual community's kind of been like closeted for a while, and here comes this bleeding heart Karen Prague left thing, and they ride the coattails to the point where like the homosexual community is like, can you fuck off? You're ruining us. You're ruining what we are. And then once again, MAPS. That's another one that's trying to weasel its way into the whole thing. Yeah, the whole thing, like all their inclusiveness and freedom of religion, freedom of whatever, just kind of melted away and disappeared, floated away in the wind when Iran came up. And we never heard from them again. Yeah. But back to Iran. Yeah, they turned the internet off, and usually when that happens, it's to stop the flow of information. You know, kind of like, I don't know. Maybe they didn't turn it off, but if we rewind the clock about 6 years and they heavily censored the internet and everything you could do or say, and it's like, fuck, I got to self-censor? What the hell's going on here? Thankfully, we've kind of come back from that, so it's not so bad now.
I don't know why for some reason it's not showing me.
What?
I'm trying to find that video.
Oh. Yeah, so now, like, I guess, well, was it even up to yesterday, Trump had kind of been on the fence. He was about ready to send troops over there, it looked like, to intervene. He threatened, it's like, listen, if you guys start killing civilians for protesting and doing whatever, if you start public executions, we will intervene. And it became like this Mexican standoff. And just suddenly today, just like the temperature kind of dropped a few degrees. I'm like, well, maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. But again, with Venezuela, just like Venezuela, the people of Iran were begging Trump. It's like, please do something, intervene. They renamed streets in Iran after Trump. Yeah, they renamed streets hoping he would go over there and do something. Like, they want Trump to intervene over there. Now let's come back.
Why us?
Because we're the world police. Always have been. Now come back to the States and look at the way it's portrayed here. Well, it's not because it's barely covered. But you look at the protests and everything here and the reasonings for their protests. And then you look at Iran and be like, this is what happens. We have actual problems over here. And then you come back to the States and be like, okay, this is what happens when everybody has it so good that they have nothing fucking better to do. This is when the white liberal woman gets so bored at home because she's so privileged that she's got to go out and make everyone else's problems her own and then champion them and say, listen, you colored fucker, you're behind me. I'll take you to safety because I'm the new superwoman with short hair, half colored. And then they try to be like, we're going to fight for your rights because you can't fucking do it.
Hold on.
I think Malcolm X is the one that said, is it the liberal white man is like the worst fucking thing for where is it? Here it is. The white liberal is the worst enemy to America and the worst enemy to the black man. The white liberal has perfected the art of using the Negro as a pawn. Malcolm X.
There was... still on. Yeah, there was a fucking crap.
There's one. There's a meme. It says, is it Ashley Babbitt? It says, MAGA deserved it. Then when Trump got hit in the ear, it says, sucks the shooter missed. Then Charlie Kirk said, fascists had it coming. And then with, I was going to say Karen, Renee Good said, she was peaceful. Like the fucking hypocrisy and clear no direction of what they're actually trying to fight. It's just, what can I get behind this week? And show my rage. It's like, yes, makes sense. Of course.
Classic.
I don't know, buddy. I think we're are we in civil war yet? I think we're in civil strife for sure.
Yes.
But
I wouldn't say civil war because
with the threats and everything that are going on now, we're like, hello, is the door open yet?
Can I tell you about our Lord and Savior, the Democrats?
Oh my God. See the ACLU. ACLU is arguing in Supreme Court. They took the no transgenders and men and women's sports.
Yeah.
And they brought it to the Supreme Court. They said, want to have it overturned. And just a simple move. Supreme Court asked the ACLU, whoever the representative for the ACLU was, said, your precedent, what you're stating is you want to set a precedent that gender, like whatever the identification is for whichever gender you're trying to prescribe to, you can't hold their birth assigned gender to them so they can play whatever sport they want to play. And they said, what is the definition of a woman? And then she wouldn't answer it. Like, of course, the whole roundabout is like, well, and he says, okay. He goes, you want to set a precedent, but you can't tell me the definition. So how am I supposed to set a precedent over something that you can't define? I was like, well, time out.
You know what they should do?
What?
They should create a league for trans women, so men who are becoming women, and women who are becoming men, have their own transgender fields.
I thought the same thing too. But
So trans men would only compete with trans men. Trans women would only compete with trans women. We are enough to figure it out. They think they get what they want.
An understanding of what it means to be a boy or a girl.
I think this is it.
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that definition?
Okay, let me.
It does.
Yes, Your Honor.
If it does that, then is it not necessary for there to be, for equal protection purposes, if that is challenged under the Equal Protection Clause, an understanding of what it means to be a boy or a girl, or a man or a woman?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that definition for equal protection purposes? What does it mean to be a boy or a girl, or a man or a woman?
Sorry, I misunderstood your question. I think that the underlying enactment, whatever it was, the policy, the law, we'd have to have an understanding of how the state or the government was just understanding that term to figure out whether or not someone was excluded. We do not have a definition for the court. And we don't take issue with we're not disputing the definition here. What we're saying is that the way it applies in practice is to exclude birth-sex males categorically from women's teams, and that there's a subset of those birth-sex males where it doesn't make sense to do so according to the state's own list.
Well, how can a court determine whether there's discrimination on the basis of sex without knowing what sex means for equal protection purposes?
Smart.
Here we just know we basically know that that they've identified pursuant to their own statute, Lindsay qualifies as a birth-sex male, and she's being excluded categorically from the women's teams as the statute. So we're taking the statute's definitions as we.
That was smart, though. Yeah. I give you what you want if you could tell me what it means to be what it is.
But that's the same question that's been asked over and over and over by how many fucking people?
Well, no. The question was always, okay, what is a woman?
Right.
A woman is a person who says they're a woman. No, this guy was smart. He goes, look, we'll definitely give you what you want based on what you're asking for, which is equal protection. But in order to give you that, I have to know exactly what I'm protecting. So what is it?
So he asked the exact same question in long form. So she, again, checkmate.
No, he's like, I'll give you what you want, but just tell me what it is you're defining.
Yeah, what do you want?
Define what it is.
What it is that you want to protect.
See, everyone else was always, what is a woman?
Well, it's a simple question. It's always a simple question.
Yeah.
But when you're in court, it'd be like, okay.
Stroked off there for a second.
Yeah,
Sorry.
The same question. The same question they all ask. It's like, what is a woman? Well, that's what that was, just in long form, in court. But yeah, again, it's like, listen, your argument is compelling, and you're right, you can have it, but I got to know what exactly you want.
I'm hungry. I don't know why. My stomach says, feed me.
Do you, like, what's his face from fucking...
Feed me, Seymour. Yeah. Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
Fucking Steve Martin.
You better go feed Steve Martin.
He was the dentist in that movie.
Oh, in the remake?
No. With Rick Moranis?
The remake.
That was a remake?
Yeah, the original had Jack Nicholson, and it wasn't a musical.
What?
Yeah. Look it up.
Oh, I'm hungry. Sorry.
Seymour? Oh. Oh, Jesus, a riot brewing in your belly.
Let's feed me. Little Shop of Horrors. Wow.
Was it 60s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
63 or 5 or something?
1960.
1960? Yeah. Man,
original trailer.
It's one of his early ones.
No, let's okay. Visit. Let's check it out. Black and white.
Early days.
That's Jack Nicholson?
Yeah. There was also before that, Jack Nicholson, He directed and starred in. It's a. Oh shit! It's King of Schlock. Who the hell's the King of Schlock? I just pump out movies.
Trauma?
No.
Nicolas Cage?
No. Like a producer, director.
Jerry Bruckheimer? No.
I mean, he goes back to like. Goes back to like the 50s.
What movies did he produce?
Like Sharknado. Movies like go back. Was it not The Screaming Skull?
David Michael Latt?
No. The Screaming Skull. The Terror.
Jeffrey Mark.
Was it the
Paul Bales.
It Came from Hell or something like that? He wrote and directed most of these. Roger Corman. Jeez. Okay. So Roger Corman, I can't remember what movie he filmed with. I think it's it was the last one with Boris Karloff. He filmed a movie back in must have been like 58 or something like that. And they finished early. They had like 2 days left. Well, they still had all the set and everything. So he didn't want to let it go to waste because Roger Corman is that kind of. He's like, well, let's just. So he started filming stuff without a script, just scenes. And then after Boris Karloff, he left. They started just throwing something together and filming, and it was unfinished, and it was kind of a train wreck. And Roger Corman was like, I don't know, you guys do something with it. So he handed off to. He even handed off to. Oh, it was not Francis Ford Coppola. It was someone young at the time, and they did something with it. And at one point, Jack Nicholson, even before he started acting, he directed in it and acted a little bit. Like it was called the movie was called The Terror, and it's like you watch it, you're like, this fucking makes no sense at all.
Hold on, I want to check this out.
So that's early Jack Nicholson.
The
Terror. Roger Corman's The Terror.
1963, Roger Corman film.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson's in it. Yeah. Lieutenant Andre Duvalier.
Yeah, it's like you watch it, you're like, I have no fucking idea what's going on. I guess there's a few movies like that.
Boris Karloff.
Like Bollywood. Old Bollywood. New Bollywood's actually not bad. Like, they got good fucking, like, action, like, good movies. Old Bollywood's awesome, though. Like, the Batman musical and Michael Jackson's Bollywood Thrillers, which everybody fucking knows that. That's awesome. That's one of those guilty pleasures. Like, every time I see it on YouTube or something, I'm like, I have to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
I'm like, this is so. It's like going to a zoo and seeing like a horse with 1.5 heads and 3 legs. You're like, what the fuck? Let's watch.
Get away.
Oh, the Hindenburg. Oh, fuck you, Tim Walls.
Define a woman.
Yeah, Tim Walls.
Should build walls around Minnesota.
I looked up if Iran protests were still going on because there's someone that said like, oh, it was on X and they're like, oh, the Iran protests aren't even going on anymore. They ended, and I looked and said, well, there's crackdown and control, but in summary, they significantly subsided in cities, but they're not over. Narrative.
Agenda.
Bye.